Yesterday, Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe boasted about the achievements of the current UNP-led National Unity Government. We now join Newsfirst Faraj Chowgatali and Chaturanga Hapuarachi for a progress report on how the government is performing on the promises made to the people during the run-up to the 2015 general election.
Yesterday, we saw key members of the United National Party coming before the media and saying what they have been able to achieve. We saw the Prime Minister, the leader of the United National Party coming there, the General Secretary of the UNP, Minister Kabir Hashim, and even the Chairman of the United National Party, Minister Malik Samaravikrama, telling us what they have been able to achieve in the tenure of this government. But if you take a look at key promises made by the UNP in the run-up to the general election back in the day, back in 2015, have they been able to deliver what they promised to the people? With me is Faraj Chowgatali. We are going to give a score to the government or the UNP for what they have been able to achieve. Faraj, if you take a look at 77 tasks that the government has put forward or the UNP has put forward back in the day, they have only been able to complete 11 out of these 77 tasks.
But Chaturanga, you say that 11 are complete. Are these of national importance?
We'll take a look at few of these promises that they have made for us. I have here with me one. Reform the fisheries governance system and get the EU fisheries export ban lifted, ensuring that Sri Lanka is eligible for GSP plus tax concessions. That is done.
Whilst it's acknowledged that it's been done, we must also bear in mind that the conditions to give us GSP plus has many other matters that this government have yet to deliver upon.
One more point that they have been able to deliver is the extension, or rather extend the benefits of the Agrahara Public Officials Insurance Scheme to retired civil servants.
Well, that's done.
That is done. Then for us, introduction of new legislation to increase the salary of private sector employees.
That's done too. The establishment of an independent commission to replace the present commission to investigate bribery or corruption.
That is done too for us.
Yes, but are they doing their job properly? There are several cases before the bribery commission that have not even been apparently looked into, and the progress can be at best described as ultra slow. Let's take a look at a few things that the government has promised and have failed to do. The establishment of an unemployment insurance benefit scheme for recently unemployed workers.
That is not done for us.
Providing loan facilities up to 500,000 rupees to small-scale investors interested in investing in the stock exchange.
Once again, not done. Providing a financial assistance to preschool teachers through a fund established by the World Bank aid.
That's not been done.
That's not done. Then the Audit Act for us. This was a key promise of this government because they promised transparency, promised good governance. Where is the Audit Act now?
Well, it's somewhere up there because they've discussed it about 25 or 26 times, and the question is whether this will ever come to life. None of this has been done up to date, Chaturanga. Yes, the matters regarding the audit bill has been debated and things look like it is progressing, but will it really see life and will it really come through?
It was discussed for us for about 25 times. We know several times it was taken up in Parliament, several times it went in for cabinet approval, but up to date we don't have the audit bill, or the Audit Act rather. But for us, if you look at one thing that they have done is the establishment of 20 oversight committees in Parliament.
But what are they for? What's the point? What are they doing? These are the mere appointment of heads. We'd like to know what they're really doing. What is their contribution that could be described as being of national importance? And they agreed to have a code of conduct for members of Parliament, and that has been extremely slow in the making. And judging by the abysmal behavior of our members of Parliament on several occasions disrupting the services there, it's criminal that this hasn't been done as yet. However, matters such as the introduction of a new constitution is on track. And it is clear that matters that are easy for them to do and that are politically expedient for this government to carry out, they've done it quick as a flash.
But for us, when you look at things, they have been able to establish a Christian Affairs Ministry. So establishing a ministry is not something that is very easy.
Of course it's easy. What is it? What do you have to do? You have to appoint a minister and the officials and find a building to house them in and pay extortionate rents, and sometimes pay the rent and not occupy the building. They also said that they have also established a sports complex that complied with international standards. What do you think about that?
That's a good thing for the country.
Absolutely. Is it, though, of prime national importance? It has been 809 days since this government came into power after providing these promises, and it is an abysmal record that they have only completed 22. Well, they haven't really completed 22. 11 completed, 11 work in progress.
So what's the final score for us?
The final score is, if we are being generous and with cold neutrality, if we consider everything, their score is 28.
28%.
You know that that's a fail mark.
For us, the picture that we saw yesterday of the three ministers.
Yes, now that picture is very interesting, because these are the top three in the United National Party. Two of them have already been before the Commission of Inquiry into the bonds, and one of them is hopefully going to be summoned again. We don't know, but we hope that he is.
There you have it. Thank you very much. That's the final score we can give to the United National Party. It's back to the studio.